So in the United States, our standard for personal space is for someone to stand about an arm length away from you, especially if you don't know them very well. And so what research even says is that if you know the standards of personal space in that area, then you can actually tell how intimate two people are with each other just by how close they're standing from each other. And so if someone's an arm length away, right, this is obviously someone who's maybe an associate, someone you don't know very well, maybe even a complete stranger, right? But if they're like elbow length away from you, that's probably a closer friend or an associate, someone you know. While hands length away means that they're probably some kind of significant other. And what I want to tell you then as a sociologist is that different cultures definitely have different standards of this thing that we call personal space. Ours is an arm length away, but many other cultures are very comfortable with being in very close quarters with each other. The places that I can think of is that to highlight are in Korea and Japan. In Korea, I watch Korean dramas all the time. Judge me if you will. And there's always this scene where the actors are getting into a bus or something like that, and they're literally being jammed into the bus like sardines, to the point to where after they close the doors, there's passengers that have their face up against the glass. That's how tight the situation is. In Japan, very similar with their trains, that the train conductors, you can see them pushing and shoving the passengers into the train, and then once they barely get them in, then they close the doors quickly behind them. And so look, personal space is probably something that's human dictated. Maybe it's our instincts or whatever. But it's surely the distance that people have from each other is definitely learned. And so this will definitely depend on whether you're from a different country, a different city, or a different culture altogether.